the faith.
This is the way. Truth is, I am Iron Man.
Tells me you're from Memphis.
Hello, critics, non-critics, and friends. Welcome to the Film Optix podcast, brought to you by the Drive-In Podcast Network, where we discuss film, TV, and all things Hollywood. I'm your host, Christian, and as always, I'm joined by my co-host, Devin. And in this episode, we're going to be discussing the latest movie to hit theaters, and that is Halloween Kills. And before we begin today's review, you can listen to our podcast on platforms around the internet. If you are a new or seasoned listener to the show, we'd love to hear from you guys. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Film Optix. That is Optix with an X. So, Devin, how are you doing today? I like that nice little ambiance background you have going on. It's good.
Yeah, it's called Cyber City.
Cyber City. So that's a new Discord feature then?
I don't know if it's Discord or this NVIDIA thing, but yeah, it's one of those.
One of those, yeah. I saw that you can like add banners to like your Discord name thing. I'm like, what is this, Twitter? It's weird, but yeah, it's nice. I like it. You know, I got the nice little Avengers and Batman stuff. But today, as of today of recording, DC Fandom will be happening later on today. But of course, as I mentioned before, we're going to be reviewing Halloween Kills. And man, oh man, Devin, are you ready to get into this one? I don't know how long this one's going to be. I
think the question is, are you ready?
I'm ready. I am more than ready.
Did you survive?
I survived. I survived. Yeah, I did. It was.
I think the crew wants to know if you brought a blankie.
No.
Like that one time.
We were like 12 years old, something like.
We weren't 12.
Oh my gosh. Life. Yeah.
I think it was Paranormal Activity 3.
It was Paranormal Activity 3 for sure.
Let's see when that came out.
Okay. It was like not early 2000. I'd say like maybe 2010. No, it was later than that, like 2008. Something like that.
Paranormal Activity 3 was 2011.
Okay. So that wasn't too far off. All right, so I was like 18.
Yeah, an adult.
And yeah, an 18-year-old adult versus what I am now. But yeah, man, we're going to be talking about some Halloween Kills here. But before we do, really quick, we'll be right back with our Halloween Kills review right after this short break.
Hey, what are you guys doing out here?
It's Halloween. We've been trick-or-treating.
Are you alone?
There's a creepy man in a white mask,
Where?
and he keeps like trying to play hide and seek with us.
Where did you see him? Look! Run! Go home now!
Unlock the door! No! Come on!
All right, Devin, and we are back with our Halloween Kills review, and the story is as follows. The saga of Michael Myers and Laurie Strode continues in the next thrilling chapter of the Halloween series, directed by David Gordon Green. Writers include John Carpenter, Debra Hill, and Scott Teems. Not Teems, Scott Teems. Almost got that wrong. But of course, stars Jamie Lee Curtis, Judy Greer, and Andy oh my gosh. See, every single time. Matichak. Yeah, we'll go with that. Sure. But yeah, so we're here talking Halloween Kills. You know, this is our, we're deep into the month of October here. It's early on Saturday morning, a few hours before DC Fandom. Are you going to be checking that out, Devin? Are you excited? Some good stuff. Probably. Yeah,
it's definitely long.
Yeah. It starts at noon Central. The DC Fandom shop is already up, and I've been browsing over there to see what I can snag up. because I always got to get something, at least a little something. I did last year, and I got a few the Batman shirts last year. They got some new ones, but I think I like last year's just a hair more. But we're not here to talk about DC fandom. We're here to talk about Halloween Kills. So I'm going to pass over to Devin so he can give his first initial thoughts, because a lot of people have been dragging this movie through the mud that I've seen on the critic side on Twitter. So I'm going to pass it over to Devin so he can give his thoughts.
Well, I need to ask you if you've seen the 2018 Halloween.
I was going to. I was planning on watching it prior to this, but some things came up and I wasn't able to anymore. So
you,
no,
you hit the trifecta. Sopranos, Bond, and this. Going in blind.
Hey, it's what I do. And Fallout. Don't forget Fallout. So this is actually number 4, because I've never seen Fallout besides other than Mission Impossible Fallout. Man, every single time I think Fallout, video game, whatever. But sorry, go ahead. Continue, Devin.
But yeah, I think this was an interesting. There's some interesting ideas in here. I definitely think I like the 2018 version better, just because the main story of Halloween is always Laurie Strode versus Michael Myers, and this one just did not have that. She was just kind of on the bench the whole time, just trying to chill out and repair her abdomen, I guess. And then this one, the idea is to have all the townspeople like band together and try to hunt Michael Myers themselves. But I just don't really care about these townies. Like, these aren't characters that I care about. I care about Michael and Laurie Strode. Like, at the heart of the series, that's what it is. So it's just kind of a weird decision. But then, as I was thinking about it, it is a confirmed trilogy, and the third one's coming out next year. So if you kind of view this as like a bridge movie into the finale, which will be next year, it kind of makes more sense when you view it like that, because they're not gonna blow their load in the second movie if there's gonna be a third.
Yeah,
they have to have a build up to something.
Mm-hmm.
So in that sense, it does make more sense to me. But overall, it was definitely entertaining. There were some really good kills all throughout, and there was some decent humor. Not all of it landed, but I liked certain parts, and a great theater experience overall as well. Nice to go with a good group of friends and enjoy some kills.
So I have seen the 1978 version, but it was ages ago at one of my friends' house, because they were really, really big into horror movies back then. And I do remember seeing it, but it's been a while. I have not seen this.
This one will definitely remind you about it.
Yeah, it definitely. I mean, I think this one definitely does a good job of kind of doing like the exposition in the front half, even though I feel like that is about it feels about like 15-20 minutes of the movie, because this movie's only around not an hour and a half, but like maybe hour
45.
Hour 45, yeah. So it's very weird because not going off of the 2018 version, I haven't seen it, and I was planning on seeing it last night. After actually, but some things just came up and I just wasn't able to. But I do want to go back and watch it so I can get a little bit more understanding. But I thought it was okay. My feelings kind of lie the same with Devin when it comes to a lot of this. The townies did not care, like whatsoever. Did not care. They're like, evil dies tonight. Evil dies tonight. I was like,
yeah, I was definitely rooting for Michael in the end.
Yeah, and I was actually talking, because I went to go see it, and I called my mom, and she's like, well, how was it? I'm like, it was okay. But, like, everyone loves Michael Myers. Like, everyone does. He's, like, the hero and the villain of, like, his own story.
He's the original slasher.
He is the original slasher. And there were parts, I really liked the brutal kills in this movie, but nothing really stuck out to me after. Like, I mean, we'll get into it when it comes to spoilers, but I feel like the justice of, well, not the justice, but just what with Jamie Lee Curtis's character, like, she doesn't really do a lot in this movie. She's very stationary. Just to kind of throw that out there before we get into spoilers, but I wasn't really feeling it for a while. Like, I mean, there was a nice little few jump scares here or there, but it's a slasher film. But I really feel like there's been so many slasher films out there, but it's like I mean, when it comes to stuff like this, I really want them to try to like reinvent the wheel. So like I said before, I can't really speak on the 2018 version because I haven't seen that yet. I do want to go back and watch it. It's just what I really liked about Fear Street so much was that it really just, it took a lot of homage from different slashers and really just kind of made its own story. And I was like, that is something I would like to see. Like, it kind of breathed new life into the slasher genre. But I didn't really get anything with this one. I mean, it is Michael Myers, and we get like the jump scares and stuff, and like he's just like this silent killer type person. And it was all right. Like I didn't hate it as much as everyone else, but I wasn't too crazy about it either, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, it's so wishy-washy, like you said, about what the townsfolk like. I mean, I even put in my Letterboxd review, I'm like, this film is literally just old people yelling the entire time for the most part. And I mean, I saw a few other people's reactions, and I don't necessarily agree with those, but it's just, I don't know, man. There's something about it where I'm just like, I didn't hate it. I just wasn't super crazy about it either. But I feel like we're about to get into spoilers here anyway. So let's get into spoilers. So that is your first spoiler warning for Halloween Kills again. That is your second spoiler warning for Halloween Kills. So if you haven't seen the movie, definitely go watch it. If you don't want to go to this movie, also is in on Peacock, the streaming service. I actually forgot to mention that earlier, but yeah, you can enjoy this at
Peacocktober.
Peaktober. Peaktober?
Peacocktober.
Cocktober?
Yes.
Peacocktober. I like that a lot. I mean, we are in the peak almost of October in and of itself. But Devin, since we're here, we're talking about some spoilers here. I think it's fair to say that Michael Myers is alive and well.
a Karen died.
Yeah. Oh, yes, she did.
Her name is literally Karen.
Yeah, literally Karen. That is true.
Very unfortunate timing for that name.
Yeah, seriously though, it's very I don't like. What did you think? Well, did you know there's going to be another movie coming out next year, or is that like newly announced?
They announced both of these movies like shortly after the 2018 one came out.
Okay. See, I didn't know that, because for like a hot second, I thought like, well, I don't know, because these townspeople, when they eventually find Michael, they're going to town on this man.
They were really confident, especially the guy with the bat. He really thought the bat was going to be the answer.
The Huckleberry bat?
Yeah. He thought that was going to be the answer to solve all their problems.
He was like low-key annoying. I'm not going to lie, dude. He was so annoying. I'm like, this script is not working for me, like the entire time.
Like, I understand the novelty because he's playing Tommy Doyle, and Tommy Doyle is the kid that's being babysat in the original movie. Like, I understand, like, trying to bring back some characters into the franchise, but I just don't really care about them.
Yeah.
Like all these townies.
Yeah, it's almost like they kind of.
I did care about Little John and Big John. I thought they were pretty funny.
Oh yeah.
Little John, Big John, Little John, Big John.
Literally the next like homosexual couple, like honestly out there. It was so funny.
They're just chilling, getting high, just.
And Michael's old,
living in Michael Myers' home.
I see. That was another thing. Why are they allowing people to like live there? I mean, like it's
been 40 years.
Yeah, that is true. I was just like, I mean, like, do you know whose house that is? And like, it was probably a very cheap house to move into, to be completely honest. So
they made it look nice too.
It looked fan-friggin-tastic.
They had like a dining room in there in the upstairs. I was like, whoa, this is fancy.
Right though, I was like, okay, I feel it. I like it a lot. I guess besides like the townies, they were just. So actually, before I get into that, I wanted to ask. So for 1978, that wasn't original footage, was it?
That's how impressive it was that they made it look like it was original footage.
Okay, because I was confused.
Really well done.
Yeah, it was. Because I was like, oh, they're actually.
Because it looked like it was straight from the 70s.
Yeah, it really did. And I was like, well, I just didn't know. It's been so long since I've seen it, and like I said, with Michael Myers, it's just not a franchise I've like kept up with. Like I said, I've seen like the 78. I think I've seen Halloween 2 at my friend's house as well. But like
You're
I
not
said,
missing out much on the sequels.
yeah, and that's what a lot of people say. Because I've seen a lot of people just really enjoy the 2018 version, and coming from that
Yeah, I
to
really
this,
like the 2018 one.
yeah,
Definitely more than this.
yeah, I'm definitely gonna watch. And like I said, I was trying to watch it, but I had other obligations. The parents are in town and stuff like that. So, but it is.
Yeah, but I think as far as the my other biggest issue goes, I think it's as is Hawkins, Officer Hawkins. They kind of are just retconning him into like a main character, and I just don't care. Like, he's supposed to be
okay.
He's like they're like making him on par with Laurie Strode now, and that's just I don't want that.
Yeah,
Like,
I
they
feel
show
like
the flashbacks of him stopping Michael from getting shot in the 70s. Like, why? I don't need that.
I mean, like they shot him enough in this film, and he feels guilty that they could have ended it there. And it's like, well, what did you have ended it there? Because this man, like you said, these townspeople were super confident. Like
Pitchfork through the chest, a couple shots to the chest, some bats, the guy had a 2x4, some guy had a hockey stick. I was like, what are you doing with a hockey stick?
It was literally just the old townspeople.
These townies were just brain dead.
They were literally just yelling the entire time, and I'm like, what is this right now? And there was the other mental ward patient that I guess escaped.
Yeah, I was going to mention that they kind of like tried to make a little bit of a social commentary on like the issues of mob mentality and stuff like that.
Yeah,
didn't really work too much. He was just kind of wandering around.
Yeah,
and it very obviously wasn't Michael Myers.
I was like, do you know what this man looks like? I know you've never seen his face, but that body build is not the same.
Michael Myers isn't a thick boy.
No, he's a very tall, yeah, I agree with you.
Well,
there.
he's kind of thick, but he's definitely tall.
Yeah. I mean, even with Michael's mask, and I actually wanted to get over to the well, actually, let's get into the kills, the brutal kills, because I feel like that's obviously, it's a slasher film. I will say, they showed a lot of stuff. There
were some good reactions in that theater.
Yeah. How did your theater take it all together?
I enjoyed the experience. Definitely some reactions to the kills.
The boys
laughing or yelling at the stupid people making stupid decisions.
Ethan wasn't grunting the entire time.
No, he actually liked it.
Did he really? Okay.
He hated Malignant, but liked this.
Yeah. See, I still haven't. With Malignant, it was very. I think I liked it better. It was just more creepy, more demonic. And I think that's what I like more about it, because like the whole, the devil and all that stuff. But like, we don't really know what Michael Myers is. Like I said, I've never really seen.
Yeah, we were having a bit of a debate as to whether or not he's like supernatural.
It seems like it.
According to the director, the director said he's not, but it's just hard to. Hard to think he's not.
He didn't die in a fire
forever. I did like how they showed that he was kind of hiding out in like a garage door during the fire to kind of explain how he could have survived.
Yeah. Like,
because this takes place directly after the 2018 one.
Right. Yeah. And
like minutes after.
He seems very like a smart guy. Just from, but we've never seen his face. They do. And that's another thing. They take off his mask. They show it in the trailer. You see like a blurred image and like, it's just an old man. Like,
yeah,
really.
There's no point in really seeing it. Doesn't really add anything.
Yeah, because
it's not like it's going to be Busta Rhymes under there.
But it's like, then like, why take off his mask? I just don't get it. It's like, because I know they've done it before, but like they never show his face. It's like Master Chief. Like we never see Master Chief's face, not really. And like we saw like a quick cutaway where like his face is like a little bit deformed, but it's not like he's like the Elephant Man or anything like that. You know what I mean? So It's like, why even bother taking off his mask? I guess it is more of the element of like surprise, or like it's something that obviously the characters can see, but we the audience will never see. So like they know what he looks like, but
and we'll just humanizing him, I guess.
Yeah. it feels
That's the part that's the original is supposed to be so scary. It's just because it's just a guy just going around, just being evil.
Yeah, the boogeyman. Baba Yaga.
But as far as the kills go, I loved in the trailer the fireman kills. I thought those were really cool and a good way to start it off. And then that poor couple in the beginning with the drone. She did not have a good time.
That was actually pretty funny. Like
he went to like the I don't even know what you would call that, the stove light.
Yeah,
like the light above the stove. I don't know how he spotted that, but he just grabs it and then
just goes
right through the neck.
Goes through the he was looking around. He's like, "What can I use?" He's like, the stove light." I'm like, Michael, what is your logic here? I don't understand.
I always love how he like finds his weapons and it gets upgrades throughout.
Yeah. Like
he's like testing out different knives on her husband. Like, do I like this one? Do I like this one?
He literally I felt bad for that couple because like when that old man died, like you said, like he just kept. I'm like, Michael, I think he's dead. Like I
think he was testing out which knife he wanted to take as his next weapon.
Yeah, I think so. Because there's always a kitchen knife somewhere around there, and I'm like, oh yeah, he doesn't have like a classic knife. It's just a butcher-esque knife. But I do agree. I really like the fire. The fireman scene. I wish we would have got a little bit more because it's like with Jamie Lee Curtis, she just doesn't do anything. Like she's in a hospital the entire movie. She gets moved to a hospital, and then
the 2018 one was definitely more focused on him and her, obviously. And then I imagine the third one will be like the ultimate showdown between the two because she really has nothing left now.
Do we know what the next one's called?
Halloween Ends.
Halloween Ends. Okay, I thought it was Halloween Dies. Same thing, but yeah. So it's because all her granddaughter and then the mom gets at the end. Was not expecting that, by the way. That was a nice little.
He kind of just showed up. He might have teleported. Who knows?
Because we see him, going to town, like after the townspeople are like, we got him, and grab your torch.
The old police officer's like slowly jaunting over with his gun to put the bullet in his head and just gets destroyed.
I love it.
Everyone was like, why aren't you shooting him? Shoot him.
That's another thing. I saw someone on Twitter. I think it was, God, I can't remember who it was. They posted, it was before I saw the movie, but they posted, it was like a clip of Family Guy where the cops are like chasing after Pete or whatever, and they're just like shooting their guns all over the place. So like, man, these guys are elusive or whatever. And that's how I felt. Because like, how do you miss shooting this man this many times? It's
especially the doctor and the nurse.
Yeah.
The doctor.
She was just right there.
Shoots at nothing.
Yeah.
And then shoots herself on accident.
Oh my God, that was terrible.
That might have been my favorite kill though. The knife through the eyeball of that one guy.
Honestly, either that or what's his face's son when Michael he pulls his head, the stairwell. Oh my God, dude! Like he was already dead.
He just kept going, and then he was like barely even conscious and drooling, and then he just twists it like, okay, you're done now.
Yeah, I was like, I think that and the eyeball. I think those are like my two favorite kills for sure because I was like, what? He just
Big John with the eyeballs too.
Yeah.
And a stab to the armpit. Imagine how much that would hurt.
Oh,
you've been punched in the armpit?
No, I haven't. Have you?
Yeah, it's weird. Imagine a knife.
Is it worse than getting punched, downtown?
In the jejunum?
In the jejunum. Yeah. But it was, I just don't understand how they missed this. It's like, what are these stormtroopers? Like, they're worse than stormtroopers. Like, it was that was terrible. But yeah, I just wish Jamie Lee Curtis had more to do. And I mean, it was I thought it was all right overall, just I guess but it's I really love the ending, like where, she Jamie's daughter goes, she kind of sees Michael's sister, like a ghost of Michael's sister in the window, and then she just goes in. I was like, oh, okay, whatever. And then Michael's like, gotcha. I was like, wow. He came out of nowhere because you don't see where he goes. I was like, oh. Man, she was this close. I'm like, why would you go back into that house? But I mean, she didn't know he was there. But like, this man is like deadly silent. Just he's a very smart man for a
Through the
psychopath.
back door.
Yeah, the back. Oh yeah, the back door. Oh my gosh! Like, did you check the front door? He was running back between Big John and Little John. He was running back and forth between them. Like, okay, there's no way this man is that fast. Like, I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, those are the only two townies I care about.
Yeah,
Big John and Little John.
Yeah, they were awesome. And then Huck's bat, Huckleberry bat. I was just like, what are you gonna do with a bat, bro? Like, I just did not care for everyone else. But yeah, I really wish we would have saw more. I definitely plan on watching the 2018 version because I do want to see Jamie Lee Curtis, in some action. I think she rocks a shotgun in that one, doesn't she?
Yeah, she does. She does a lot in that one, and then I imagine she'll do a lot in the third one. It's kind of interesting because the legacy of this one kind of relies entirely on what the third one does, because they're obviously meant to be viewed as a trilogy. So it just depends on what they do in the third one to see how we look back on this one, I guess. Because it is pretty much just a bridge to getting from 1 to 3. Because since they announced it was a trilogy, they couldn't just have Laurie do everything again in this one, I guess.
I mean, I would have loved it. I think a lot of people would have. Like, people just want to see Jamie Lee Curtis kick some ass, Like,
it'll definitely be next year.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
she's gonna be angry. And I did see a video. The director said it's gonna be a 4-year time jump, which is interesting.
Ooh,
so she's gonna have some time to build that anger.
She's gonna be at AARP.
Maybe.
It's gonna be an old folk song by then. Like, he needs to die. No, it's all right. But yeah, overall, my final thoughts. I thought it was okay. Because people say good, not great. Like, I think this is okay, but not good. So it's just one of those. If you're a Michael Myers fan, if you're a horror slasher fan, definitely want to pick that one up and watch it. Whether it's on Peacock, I feel like you could watch this at home, but I did kind of like watching it better in the theater because I almost watched it on Peacock at home. I almost did, so I could do a double feature.
Like, come on, what are you doing? You need that theater experience.
Oh, I'm watching The Last Duel. I'm taking my mom to go see it today. So she's in town.
If only that was on streaming.
No, Devin, no. I am so excited. Like, I've just heard good things. Like, I haven't really read anyone. Like, I've read initial reactions. Haven't read anyone's review yet. I usually do that after I watch a movie. But general consensus, thumbs up. And I'm like, that's right up my alley. I want that so much. So hopefully we'll be able to enjoy that. So that'll be a lot of fun. But yeah, you want to get into scores here so we can get on out of here.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so I'm actually gonna go first. I'm gonna give this one kind of just like a solid 50 out of 100. I gave it 2 stars, 2 out of 5 stars on Letterboxd. Like I said, I didn't hate it. Cause some people were like, "Oh my gosh, it's terrible," and blah 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 blah. And I'm like, well, I don't believe in that much hate of a movie. I saw a video where someone was burning their Justice League Blu-ray. I'm like, that is excessive, because apparently there's going to be a lot of Restore the Snyderverse stuff on Twitter today. There's this one guy who's orchestrating it, but it is what it is. But yeah, for Halloween Kills, 50 out of 100 for me. 2 out of 5 stars on Letterboxd. I think I'm going to start doing that for mine. Like I said, I thought it was okay, not good. I really like the kills. I just wish that we care more about because it's all about the human characters, like with Scream, and that's what I liked about Fear Street so much. I love the characters so much, and that is what made me care more about them if they did die. Was that between this whole supernatural thing, but they haven't really confirmed whether Michael's supernatural or not, because Jamie Lee Curtis keeps saying the more he kills, the more that he transcends. Which makes sense. I'm like, okay, so is he supernatural? But it doesn't seem that way at the same time, with the director saying no. But I really don't know. Excuse me. But yeah, 2 out of 5 stars on Letterboxd for me. What about you, Devin?
Yeah, initially right after walking out of the theater, I was pretty close to your score, but then after watching a couple of videos on it and sleeping on it, I think I'm up to like a 65 now.
Mm-hmm.
It was definitely entertaining, but like we've mentioned, the townsfolk just didn't get it done as far as being enjoyable or intriguing characters. And I just kind of can see why they made the decision to sit out Laurie, just because there's a third one coming. They tried something new with this one, because obviously the thought that always comes to mind in a slasher is, all right, why doesn't this town just like group together and just hunt down this dude?
Yeah, like,
And
I don't know, set him on
like,
fire, like physically. I mean, obviously they tried to burn him down, but like, don't get the firemen involved. They're just gonna take out the fire. So
yeah, this just shows that maybe townies in a small little town like this aren't quite bright enough to take down a
clearly not
monster like this.
They were chasing after the wrong man for a very long time within this movie, and I was like, what are you doing? There you go. I did that actually by accident, so my hand accidentally slipped. But yeah, I was like, what are they doing? I just don't get it. Like, it's like that was not Michael Myers. And everyone, they were saying like, oh, it's not him, and everyone's like, grab your torch and pitchforks, and I was like, life. I would have just sat there, like, yeah, like that's this man's walking with a limp, and he's stubby, like these are not these are not the droids you're looking for. So yeah, so you said around 60, 65.
65, yeah.
65.
Okay. Right now.
I feel it. So yeah,
I am looking forward to next year when the third one comes out, because
I am
it's
too.
Definitely going to be a showdown.
Yeah, for sure.
And I do encourage you to watch the first one.
Oh no, yeah,
If you like Jamie Lee Curtis, she's a badass in that one.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'll watch anything with Jamie Lee Curtis in it, honestly. So yeah, I'm very very excited to get that one started. So yeah. So that pretty much concludes our review of Halloween Kills. Again, you can watch it in theaters. It's on Peacock. I believe that's around $10 a month. If you want to stream it on there, you could
probably get a free trial somewhere.
Yeah, probably. So, I mean, one of my friends, she thought it was streaming on Paramount Plus. She signed up for Paramount Plus. She's like,
the new Paranormal Activity will be on Paramount Plus.
Yeah, that I'm looking for it. Paramount, people are sleeping on Paramount Plus. I'm just saying they're sleeping on Paramount Plus 7. It's a pretty decent streaming service.
They don't really have anything new.
No, nothing new. Not as of right
oldies.
now. But remember, Disney Plus was the same way when it came out.
But I have a little more faith in Disney than I do in
Paramount. Yeah, well, once the Avatarverse starts coming out, I think that's how it'll start getting more traction. And I think they're moving like iCarly. Like, I think all that stuff is on Netflix and Paramount Plus, but they'll be removed from Netflix soon. Especially Avatar and Legend of Korra, that's going to be moving over to Paramount, because it's all the same company. But yeah, that pretty much concludes our review. Like I said before, what do we have coming up on the podcast? Ooh, man, it's a lot of stuff. So we're actually going to be reviewing The Last Duel. It'll be me, Leo from Geekly Goods, Amanda from AMX NDA Reviews, and Matt Wyatt will be joining us on Monday.
Wow.
Yeah,
packed crew.
Yeah, I had to orchestrate, because I know you'll more than likely be out of town. So I was like, well, I don't want to just watch this and not talk about it, because this is Ridley Scott. We got some Adam Driver. We got some Jodie Comer. We got
Ben Affleck.
We got blonde Ben Affleck. Yeah. So I'm very, very excited to go see it. That medieval stuff is right up my alley. So we have that review. As of this recording, it's not out. Well, actually, no, as of this recording, it will be out later on, because this is going to be dropping on Monday, the 18th, alongside The Last Duel as a separate podcast. And then we have our Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets review dropping on October 20th on a Wednesday. So we have that. And then we have Dune coming up and The French Dispatch. But we're going to record for Dune first. And then, yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. So that pretty much...
It's not a superhero movie.
What's up?
It's not a superhero movie.
Yeah. Not I mean, a superhero.
it pretty much is.
I mean, yeah, it's like...
He has powers, right?
Yeah, it's like Star Wars. It's like Game of Thrones in space. That's what...
Yeah, it's like... I'm sure you saw that Timothée Chalamet quote where he was like, no hard drugs, no superhero movies.
Yeah.
That's the advice he got.
Yeah,
But, I
yeah,
mean, Dune is like, it's close enough to a superhero movie that
it
it's kind of
was
silly.
It was no superhero movies and something else from his
Hard drugs.
Hard drugs, yeah, hard drugs and superhero movies. I don't know who his mentor is though. Do you know?
There's been a few guesses.
You think it's
Some
Leo?
people think it was Joaquin Phoenix, although he did Joker. Some people think it was Ben Affleck.
Well, you did Batman. Well, I guess it could.
He also didn't enjoy his time as
Apparently, he enjoyed his time on the Flash, the new Flash movie, a lot. But yeah, I mean, it could be Ben. I don't know, but yeah, no hard drugs. I kind of get that. No superhero movies.
could have been Leo.
I
He's
think
never done superhero movies.
Yeah, that is
But
true.
he might have done hard drugs. Who knows?
I'm like, I mean, we had the Wolf of Wall Street.
Quaaludes.
Quaaludes. The Ludes. But yeah, so we have all that coming up. Last Duel, Halloween Kills. Obviously, this is the Halloween Kills review. And then our Harry Potter and Chamber of Secrets review will be dropping on October 20th. And then the following week, we'll have Dune. And we'll have a whole weekend of Timmy. So definitely got to try to get French Dispatch out by Monday as well. But Dune will be out by Monday for sure because I'm very, very excited for that. So, man, oh, man. All right, let's get on out of here, Devin. And that's a wrap for today. Thank you all for listening. And if you enjoy the show, leave us a 5-star rating and review on Apple Podcasts and follow us on Twitter and Instagram to stay in the know. That was Devin. My name is Christian, and we'll see you guys in the next one.